guys. We're gonna do a recipe today, and I just need to share this video first, and I'm also going to go live on Instagram. I have Dalton happily eating dates in his high chair, so he's contained. Okay, let's see, where am I at? Okay, share. This used to be automatically linked for me, so I don't really know why. Oops. Here we go, 1. And I have 2 Facebook groups right now. I don't really know why. But I've been hanging out in Pure Foodie, so if you're not in there, come over there and join. Hi, hi. Okay, let me just turn on my Instagram and we will get cooking. I want to make sure you guys can see what I'm actually doing with the food. So I might need to tip my computer. Like, I definitely need someone's hands helping me, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so what we're doing is, I'm gonna prop this up for a second and talk to you before we do the actual recipe. So I already made it, and I took a beautiful picture, and I'll put that up with the blog and everything, but this is the way that I love to make, it's like a combination of salsa with pico de gallo. So it's a little bit more hearty. It's not like pureed like salsa that you buy in a jar. I like this because it's so much lighter. It's so flavorful, and you can use it in so many different recipes. So I literally made this before my lunch today and just started eating it sort of like it was a salad, and I'll show you what I eat it with. But I'm gonna just do the whole recipe for you now. So these are basic ingredients, you guys, so you'll definitely like be familiar with them, and just, it's so light, it's so good. So I'm sort of like planning for this weekend, right, because it's almost Christmas. Even though this is like a Mexican recipe, I guess, right, if it's a salsa or pico, we're doing like a family soup, kind of like a light appetizer type thing on Friday night with my sisters and my parents and their families, and then a brunch on Saturday morning. Now you have to remember, like, I'm all about plant-based food. My family's very health focused, but we've got all these different preferences for people. So I've got a sister who is vegan. I have a brother-in-law who's vegetarian. Everybody likes fruits and veggies. There's one of my nieces can't have any nuts or garlic. It's just a little bit random. But the good thing is that when you eat plant-based, it's so easy to tweak, and vegetables and fruits work for almost everyone. And if you have issues with specific fruits or vegetables, then talk to me about your digestive system, because that's all healable. But anyways, we'll get to it. So this is a light and easy mango, I'm gonna say salsa, that you can use multiple different ways. Okay, so let me move my my camera, down, and if I don't see all your comments right away, I hope this is light enough, then I'll answer questions or whatever. Or you can just like watch along or follow along, and I'll post up the recipe on Instagram and on my website, so make sure you're on both of those. But here's your main ingredient list. Okay, so I'm gonna do orange bell peppers, easy. I always like bell peppers, and by the way, my salsas, you guys, are not hot and spicy. So if you like them spicy and hot, you're gonna have to add like jalapenos, because I'm like super sensitive to heat, and so mine's just like really mild. It will please everyone, unless you like have to have the hot, and then you won't like it. So maybe you won't like it, but you can tweak it. Okay, so I already started chopping this, but we'll chop it up. I have an English cucumber. I always choose English cucumbers for these type of recipes so I don't have to take out the seeds and they're not so watery and get like liquid everywhere. I have organic grape tomatoes, already washed, and I've got scallions. I'm going to use 1 full scallion, the good parts, a whole bunch of fresh cilantro, which I always have on hand, and then I made a light dressing, which I'll show you. And then this is mango. I don't usually buy fresh mangoes because I think they're just difficult to cut, and I just prefer buying them frozen because we use them for smoothies all the time anyway. And then I just took these out of the freezer, put them in a glass dish, and started chopping them. Even when they were still frozen, they cut really well, and they just sort of like thawed out into the dish as I made it. So frozen organic mangoes, buy them like this. It's so easy. And then you always have them on hand, okay? And then let's chop a few of these things up, and I'll add to my bowl, which has all this stuff in it, but I ate some of it already, but I just wanted to show you the process, okay? So make everything like a similar size dice. So this is just a rough chop, not teeny tiny, not super large either. And I'm using the orange bell peppers, like I said, but you know what, any of the other colors like the red or the yellow would be great too, to go with like the super colorful theme. Personally, I don't use the green ones very often because they're just not as flavorful, you know, and I like the vitamins and minerals that come with the color. But use what you have, right? Okay. And then when it comes to the other ingredients, so typically when I make a pico, this type of thing, or a salsa, by the way, this is what I always make when I do fish tacos, especially my mahi tacos with lettuce wraps. So make a lot of this if you're gonna make it, and you could use it for extra too. So if you have like seafood lovers, fine. If you wanna just put it in lettuce wraps with no protein, fine. Do what you wanna do. Okay, scallions. So just rinse it off, cut off the ends, like you don't want to eat this garbage part. And then you can use the white, but I don't use all of it. And then I cut it in half, and then I line it up right next to each other. So they're curved the same way, so they're like going with the same grain. And then I just diagonal, really finely slice them all the way through. So it looks like more fancy, basically. And I usually use green onions, also called scallions, as we know, for these type of raw recipes, just because it's my personal preference that red onions raw in a salad taste so gross, or just leaves a dominating taste in your mouth, and I don't want it to overpower my recipe, which is beautiful and lovely. I don't want it to mess it up, okay? So let's do the tomatoes. And again, I usually do just red organic grape tomatoes or the multicolored ones, but I don't usually do like a regular tomato, again, just like I don't do regular cucumber and I do English cucumbers, just because though they're watery, you know, and this is just like, they're almost the right size anyhow, but I am halving them, however you say it, and then having the halves. So like, I just want the size to match up, right? Okay, easy, almost done. And then I'll whip up the dressing for you guys too. Okay. You can do as much as you want. So like, if you're making this recipe, it's seriously like, do as much as you want. That's the amount, okay? Okay, cilantro. Cut it right up into the stem, grab it, and you know, you can do it as finely chopped as you want to. If your knife skills aren't all there, just keep practicing. It's definitely important that you have good knives and good cutting boards. So don't cross-contaminate. Don't cut vegetables where you cut raw chicken. That's disgusting. Ask for cutting boards for every kind of food group you have, and get extra ones for fruits and vegetables, because those are the ones you're going to need the most for, depending on how much you do dishes. Okay, so all of this is going to go in. And a couple more mangoes. These are still kind of frozen. I just put them in the fridge. So Dalton likes to eat them just plain. So I have, usually what I do with my frozen fruit is I keep some in the freezer, you know, for smoothies. And then I do some in glass containers in the fridge so that if people want to have it like in a chia bowl or whatever, it's like ready to go, ready to eat. And so that way you have all kinds of fruit on hand, no matter if it's winter, you know, it's winter here, even though it's like 50. Okay, cool. Let me rinse my hands and then we'll do the dressing, okay? Hi guys, I just feel weird about just seeing my head. So here's how I always do my like light vinaigrette dressing. So I have a small glass container, get one of these. Rice vinegar. This is again my non-measure method, so I would guess it's about a tablespoon. You just kind of learn how to eyeball it. Pink salt, pink Himalayan salt. Oh, and then the other thing is I always salt the main dish too, so I'm just going to put a little salt on the mixed vegetables, which I will show you what I'm doing. I'm cheating completely, so I'm doing organic garlic powder. You could definitely do real garlic, but this is a shortcut. And then I do Primal Kitchen avocado oil. I don't do much oil, so I would say this is probably 3 teaspoons. Not a lot, because I don't like things heavily weighed down. I just want the pure flavors. And then I was being lazy. I do have lemons in my basement fridge, but I didn't feel like going down there to get them. So if I had the real lemon, I would wash it, zest it, cut it, and squeeze the real lemon juice in. But I didn't, so I'm just going to use my essential oil. So this is the Genesis Pure. They don't sell them anymore, so now I get them from Young Living. I can link it. I'll link the oil in my blog. But I did 5 drops, and it tastes so good. So, so, so good. How simple is this? Everyone has this stuff in their kitchen. So shake, shake, shake. Okay, let's get the bowl. Oh, yeah, cucumbers. Shoot. All right, I need to add a few more cucumbers. I showed it to you guys, didn't I? But then I didn't put it in. I'll just do part of it to be faster. So I usually cut it in thirds in lengths and then dice it up. Okay. Oh, yum. It smells so good. So fresh. Okay. And we're back. So everything's in here. I'll show you it and then I'll mix it up. So here's the bowl. Orange bell peppers, mango, grape tomatoes, scallion cucumbers, cilantro, and then the vinaigrette, which is lemon essential oil, a little bit of Primal Kitchen avocado oil, garlic powder, and salt. So see, it's not that much, but it covers this salad bowl. So I'm going to pour it over. Again, with recipes like this, that's lots of fresh vegetables, you guys. The longer it sits in this very light dressing, the better and better it will be. So flavors are just going to marry together. And if you don't like any of these certain things, then learn to like them first, and then otherwise just swap it out. Put something else. Like you could even not do mango. You could do papaya. I have a papaya for there. But this is more classic, like classic stuff. Okay, so pretty. Obviously the bowl's a little messy, so the picture's prettier. Then here's how I served it. 2 things that are amazing dippers, scoopers. I'm obsessed with romaine lettuce. So just get really crisp, clean, not recalled organic lettuce. If you're freaking out about it, go get Boston or Bibb lettuce. And then the Boston or the Bibb lettuce is the kind, or this, to use with this as your main ingredients. If you were doing like a light fish taco, I would do mahi and do the citrus vinaigrette with it. That's another video day, but just really quick, you could do that with this and this. But here's how I ate it. I used my romaine for like dippers, a scoop, sort of like make a roll, a wrap. And then I also use these crackers, which are Jilz, J-I-L-Z. They are, let's see, gluten-free, grain-free, non-GMO, vegan, corn-free, soy-free, dairy-free, no trans fat, no preservatives, no artificial colors or added flavors. So they're basically amazing, right? I hide these because my husband would eat them all in one sitting, and they're a little more expensive, but I believe worth it because it's just real. It's like flax seeds, sesame seeds, apple cider vinegar, those type of things. So these are so, so good. They look like this. I think they're so cute. They also actually do taste good. They look like this. You've seen them on my Instagram. Make sure you're following me there. Or when they break in half, they're like a little square. So cute, right? Perfect. But that's it. So beautiful salsa. I will make this for Christmas for a get together, because you can just let people, you know, use chips, use crackers, use lettuce wraps, whatever you want. Put it in part of a salad or whatever. But it's super light, super easy. You guys should have most of this stuff on hand anyways. And yeah, get lots of color and vitamins. So I hope you like this recipe. Share it, tag your friends. I'll get it up on my YouTube channel and on my IGTV, so you can rewatch it there if you need the recipe again. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.